Hey, welcome to Dice Dice Baby. This is Christopher and
Cassie.
And today we're looking at a really fun game that we kind of overlooked. We thought it was a kid's game. Definitely not. It's called Hot Streak. Hot Streak, you're racing these tiny little failed mascots. You can see their little eyes, like they're hilarious. Yes. And we have
Mum, Dangle, we have Hurley, and we have Gobbler.
And the object of the game is that these four will be racing to try to get to the end of the track up to here. And it is a card playing game. You're playing with cards. Now, you don't have a particular, I thought you'd have one mascot that you'd be rooting for, but no. You are trying to bet on how all of the mascots are going to end. The way that they move is that you have this big deck of cards. Depending upon the number of players you have, you will deal out certain number of cards to each player that remain secret. And you have how many?
4.
4. So we're playing the 2-player variant. I think with 3 players, they each get 3 and so on. So you have these cards. You keep them hidden. And so you would keep those hidden. Okay. You have 4 cards that are always in here. They help the different mascots recover and move. I'll explain what recover means in a minute. And then you have this big deck of cards. And you will be using so many cards depending upon how many players you have. In this case, we're using 10 cards, I believe, here, 10 or 11. So each card tells how the particular mascots are going to move. For example, this one says Hurley will move 2 and then swerve to the right. Move 2. This one says that all characters will move 2, but they can't win with this. This one is Dangle will move 2, swerve to the left. And then you have some that have these stars. That means they will move to these spots on the racetrack that are stars. And you also have fall down. This one, Hurley, or not Hurley, what's his name? Gobbler. Will fall down. This one, Dangle, will fall down. Okay. So you show this bank of cards to all of the players at the beginning, so they can see what is in the bank of cards. You always have these 4, and then you're going to add 1 card from your hand that could greatly influence what's going to happen. We're going to be playing 3 rounds, and only in the first round do you see what cards are in play. Now, when it comes to the game itself, you will be placing bets. You want to explain some of the bets?
Sure. So some of the bets that can be placed is you can bet on who will win. Okay, so it's first come, first serve. So if you're the first one to choose Dangle, then you will get 10 if he wins, 7 if he gets second, and then if he gets third, you'll get 5. And that's for all of them. And it decreases. Yeah,
there's 3 levels of betting. There's top bet, middle bet, and the bottom bet. So as you go around using a snake draft, you will select your bets. With the 2-player variant, you'll get 3 bets. So you can choose from how they're going to place, and also if you're feeling risky, you can do the risky side, which makes it a little bit more exciting. The thing about this, you get more for first place, but for second and third, you get a lot less. Now, the other type of bet you can have are these kind of side bets that you have. And what you get is there's a deck of cards. You'll randomly pick one. For example, this one says, will Hurley, that's the hot dog, finish in the bottom 2? Okay, so that would be in play as a side bet. And then as one of the 3 bets that we could choose with the 2-player variant, you can pick yes or no. Again, you can do regular or risky. If you do the risky, though, with the side bets and you are incorrect, you lose money. So you can vote yes, or you can bet yes or no. So you start playing. Again, there's going to be 3 rounds. With the bank of cards, you have the 4 that are always in play, and you have your card that you'll add. So each of us would add a card. Okay, so I would look at this and try to figure out how I wanted to influence the bet, the placement, before actually picking my bets.
And we can sort them, right?
For example, if I wanted Hurley to win, or not Hurley, I keep calling him Hurley, Gobbler, I might place this one. That he moves 3 forward. Now, one other thing I want to point out is that, and then Cassie would put one in as well. And those remain secret. We should have done those face down. So those ones go in secretly. All the cards get shuffled. Now, as you're playing, the characters, when it says to move forward, that means forward based upon which way they're facing, because as they move forward, you might get the card that told them to turn around. Now, if they move forward, they're going the opposite direction. If they get the star, they jump to the star way at the end, and so on. What can happen is as you're racing, if a character moves into your lane, for example, if Gobbler moved into Hurley's lane, what happens?
He gets knocked over.
Gets knocked over, okay? So he's knocked to the ground. Nothing happens unless another player were to come up and step on him when he's down. Then he's out of the game and would be placed at the lowest position. So in this case, 4th.
And also, if a character is fallen down and he gets a card to move, at all times, no matter what the number is, it's only move 1 space.
Right, because he's crawling.
Yeah.
And so that's basically the game. So you would play, you would start dealing out, and it can get very exciting. In the book, they say they can play up to 50 people.
Yeah.
So it's nuts.
Yeah, and if you run out of the deck, so we have a deck that we're drawing to figure out which players move and what they do.
And to do that, real quick, you count it down. So you bury 3 cards. So I would go 3, 2, 1, 3 cards buried. And then the first one is that Hurley would move 2. And you can go very fast if you have somebody moving the mascots. So this one, they would all move 3. Okay, and so on. So if we run out of cards, as Cassie was saying,
We do flip it.
Yep, you pick up the bank of cards, you shuffle it, you move the starting line up, and if any of the characters are under that, they're eliminated. They're out, okay? They're also out if they're forced off the side for whatever reason.
And if they get hit while already knocked down.
Yes, okay? And so you will finish here's the thing, okay, that I think is really cool with this, because I thought, well, we'll look at how they place after the first round of 3, and then the second round I would bet differently. But what happens is, let's say that they are ending up here, okay? No one gets to see this bank of cards again, but what does happen is each player is given back the number of cards that they contributed, okay? So with the 2-player variant, we should have each contributed 2, but we messed up.
Whatever.
But you don't get to see the rest. So now a different card gets added face down.
Yeah, but you can't see the deck this time, so it makes it harder, and you have to kind of remember how they did. And like, usually what I catch myself doing is if a character wins, then the next time they get last place, but that just might be my luck, so.
And so it's very different each round,
Oh,
face
crap.
down. Yeah,
I
face down.
meant to. Do I put 2?
We would normally put 2.
Okay.
And so you would do this 3 rounds. With the 2-player variant, we're picking 3 bets per round, and the third round's a little different. It explains it in the book. It's a lot more fun with a bunch of people because it gets really exciting because you have more cards, and people are carrying on, and you're moving it, and we do voices, and we make it a lot of fun. So what do you think of it?
I really like it. I think that whenever you first look at it, you think it's a little kid's game. But whenever you open it up, it can be a lot of fun with a big group of people. And I really think that it is really a game that you can just play over and over and over and over again without it getting boring.
I agree. I think every time you play it, it's completely different. You can have a bunch of people standing around the table when you play it. It's a good party game. It's a lot more fun with more than 2 people.
And you will catch, like, if you're playing it, you will catch people looking over. Because it is a unique game. Like, not many games come with a tracker, come with the players, so.
It definitely gets attention here at our cafe. The other cool thing is that this box is all self-contained. So when you're done, there are dials on the side of the box, and you roll it, and look at that. The board rolls up into the box. That is a really cool feature that they added. I think it's really well made. I think the characters are really cool. It's funny to me how you can see their little eyes.
Yeah.
And then Mom has them in her mouth, fish. So that's a lot of fun. And it gets pretty exciting, especially with the betting when you have more than 1 people. So I highly recommend it. It's good for parties. And
It's really good for all ages. It's an easy game to remember, but it's not like an easy game to remember like a little kid's game, but it's also not a hard game to remember like one of those harder games.
So I give it a thumbs up. I think
I
it's
give
fun.
it a thumbs up. I
There
get
we
a
go.
double thumbs up.
Yeah, we really like it. So thanks for watching, Christopher and
Cassie.
Dice Baby.
Bye.